Notice I didn't say physical power. On previous episodes, I've talked about the presence of a man. Sir, do you not know the power of your presence? I don't know how to explain it to you, but I'm going to try. As a man, you give off an energy. As a man, you give off is it? So who has the pheromones? There's this testosterone, right? All men have it. Some men have it more than others. The men that have more testosterone and more male energy and more presence, other men can feel it. It's an energy. I can't describe it because I'm a woman. It's that energy that makes a woman starts to, how can I be appropriate? Makes a woman starts to get wet. It's not something you men can see. But there are some men, and some men would attest to this, that there's something about that dude, man. That something is what women crave for. It's what makes them wet. It's what makes them seek after you. But some of those men are already attached and married, and so that's why some men cheat, because they have that male magnetism that just pulls women to them. They don't even know they have it, they just do, and women are drawn to them and want them. And they want the position that their wife has. When you're in the dating stage, when you're courting a woman, you should make what you want very clear, very plain. What I see you men doing is that you're just going along with the flow. That's number one. And maybe she might be beautiful or good looking, and you forego all of the qualities that you said that you wanted in a woman because you've become smitten and you're overcome with lust. And so you go along and, to get along, and then after the marriage, we're looking at 3, 4, 5 years. That's when the qualities that you wanted in a woman, they resurface. But sir, that's not what you told her. Now that she's working outside the home, she's working a lot of hours. You met her working. You guys hardly spending any time together. You're beginning to grow dissatisfied. This is not what you wanted. This is not what you wanted in a wife. You wanted a woman to stay home and have your children and be able to raise them. You don't want them raised outside the home. But this is not what that's not what you said, sir. You can't wait until after you marry a woman and then get dissatisfied with the way she is or things are when you met her that way and you married her that way. Right? She's a career woman. A career woman is not going to want to stay home. Hence the word career-driven women. Sir? So if I can, I just want you men to start being honest. Okay? But before you can be honest with anyone else, you have to be honest with yourselves and ask yourself, what do you really want? Like, call yourself by your name. What does David really want in a woman, in a wife? So let me tell you something. You and I know that once you marry that woman, once you settle on a woman, your life changes, right? Not just marrying her, but when you've made up in your mind that this is the one I intend to spend my life with the rest of my life, or just let's say most of it, because shit happens. All of that single shit life is over. In other words, that woman has the right to question you. Hey, when you coming in, when you getting in, where you going? Who you going with? Who's gonna be there? So you do not have the option to say, to tell your wife you don't have the right to question you. Yes, she does. Yes. So yes, when you signed your name on that dotted line, yes, you become one. So when you become one and half of you is gone, you need to know where the other half is at all times. Unless you didn't do something to her. Come on, you men. Well, I don't know. She left out the house and I've never seen her again, and she was having some mental issues. Yeah, but we're not talking about that, right? What we're saying is that when your wife calls you to find out where you is, when you come in, all of that. So that's what you signed up for. That's what you signed up for. And that is what married life is all about. Knowing where the other person is at all times. Because the most scariest thing that you could ever encounter is a knock on your door. Sir, when was the last time you spoke to your wife? Do you know where your wife is right now? You're supposed to be able to tell her. Yeah, she's my wife is at her mother's house, right? Or the worst thing a woman could have and say, "Ma'am, do you know where your husband is?" See, men have the thing is just like, you don't have the right to ask me anything. If you're my husband, yes, I do. And I need you guys to understand this, right? When you your life is not, your life as you know it is no longer your own. Well, let's just get that out of the way. You understand what I'm saying? And for you to have a saboteur or someone that sabotages you in your home. You need to get to the bottom of that. Not with your fist, it has nothing to do with physical. Find out what's going on, because sometimes women have the tendency to resort to very, very girl-like, child-like behavior, and still like to call you the word daddy. Because when you take them from their father's house, you, in a kind of a sense, become like a kind of a father to them. You have to provide for them. You have to put a roof over their head. You have to maintain them, not only them or what comes out of them. See, you took on the responsibility of their father. You do know that, right, sir? There was a time when you could marry a woman until you went to her father's house and asked for her hand in marriage. And he had to give you the okay. They say so, yes or no. Because that father knows that he is giving up his rights, in a sense, his father, like his duty to provide for his daughter to another man. You have taken on that responsibility, sir. Like you didn't know? Like you don't know that sometimes your wife reverts to that childlike stage, like a little girl. You see glimpses of that, of vulnerability, of fragility. You've seen that. That is her when she was with her father. Now she is with you, but your responsibility goes even further, sir, because not only are you a father-like to that woman, you are her husband, you are her confidant, and you are a father to the children that is produced out of her. So yeah, I'm trying to look at it from your point of view. Yes, you got a lot of fucking responsibility. Sometimes it feels like you have the weight of the world on your shoulders, and some of you men can't take the pressure. You're gone. I know it's hard. I can't imagine. Well, yes, I can. All of that is on your shoulders. All of that is on you. If the lights go out, the first thing they're asking, if there's a man in the home, ain't he working? Because you know that, right? They don't look at the woman. If there's a man in the home, children don't have enough to eat. The bills don't get paid. What he doing? He better get a second job. Third. So I look at things from that point of view, and when you have a saboteur in your life and she has to resort to those type of methods, then you have to find out why, because it could be as simple as her hiding something important of yours, like I said, maybe your keys, just so you won't leave the house, so you can spend more time with her, or refraining from telling you certain things so you don't leave. You understand, but you're not going to look at it like that. You are going to get so very, very upset. Maybe even put your hands on her, because like I said, when you're in